Hi, my name is Tracy Seelock, and today I'll be demonstrating how to use Smart Recorder in Smart Notebook. The first thing that you're going to need to do is to select the Smart Recorder from your toolbar. If it isn't already in your toolbar, simply go to View and customize your toolbar. The next step is very simple. All you need to do is push the red record button. And now your board will record every step that you take. When you're finished recording, go ahead and press stop. You see a pop-up menu comes up. You're going to need to name your file and choose where you'd like it to go. It takes a moment for it to process. Now, after your recording is done, it's going to save it as a WMV file, which is a movie file. So now, I can choose to play my recording. Now see, wasn't that simple? I like to use the Smart Recorder for students who are absent or to record a particularly complicated formula in math. That way I can post it on my website or save it to my students' folders so they can review it later. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to show you how I use that in my math class. I'm going to go ahead and click Record. And I would demonstrate with my students, say for example, adding fractions with unlike denominators. So I begin by putting the problem on the board. And I'm going to continue to instruct and talk and guide the students through the problem. I tell my students to go ahead and make a T-chart, putting the denominators in that T-chart so they can try to find the lowest common denominator. Okay, as we find the common denominator, now we're going to use that common denominator in both of our fractions. Now I ask my students, what multiplication fact would you use to get from 4 to 12? And my students would eagerly say 4 times 3 is 12. So my rule is whatever you do to the denominator, you must also do to the numerator and vice versa. So my students already know that 4 times 3 is 12, so you must do 1 times 3 is 3. We repeat the process with the bottom fraction. Now we simply add. 3 and 4 is 7. My numerator is 7, and my denominator is 12. Now, we're going to repeat the process, pushing stop. We're going to save that file somewhere where we can find it later. It's going to take a moment to save. Oh, by the way, as you're recording, you can always hit pause if you'd like to stop what you are recording for a temporary time. Just a few more seconds. Okay, and I'm going to play that recording back. And it's going to open as a WMV, which is a movie file. And you can save this to review later. Especially if you have multiple classes, multiple sections of the same class, you can use that to review. I like to put it on my classroom website. You can see each of the steps was recorded. I'm going to go ahead and pause that, and that's how you use the Smart Recorder.